We're joined now by Mississippi College senior linebacker Blake Rowell. Blake, thanks so much for taking time to join us here before the ball game. Let's talk about the Hardin-Simmons win. That was as confident a football team as I've seen the Choctaws put on the field in the last couple of years. Did you sense the same thing out there on the turf?
Absolutely. Especially after that, right there before halftime, that big interception. Rayon Jones had a big pick. You could just feel momentum shift right there. And then coming out in the third quarter, you could, on the bench, the guy was talking like, this is going to happen. You know, we're this good. And we knew it beforehand, but felt good to see it. You know, it felt good to see everybody come together, you know.
I think the fans see the 45 points and say, wow, it was an offensive game, but really the defense set the tone, creating some turnovers, not just on defense when the Cowboys had the ball, but on special teams too.
Absolutely. We preach being physical. I mean, coming up, hitting the ball carrier, standing him up, stripping the ball out, and I think it got to him, honestly. I mean, you see, after that first quarter, like, they're not used to being stopped on the run. They thought they could come downhill at us the whole game, and we really stepped up as a unit and hit them in the mouth. And I mean, it set a great tone for us.
You mentioned the interception there at the end of the half. It was the second straight week where a big play at the end of the half gave the eventual winning team some momentum. How much does Coach Joseph and his staff put emphasis on making sure you keep momentum on your side?
Yeah, we always want to be the last score before halftime and the first score coming out. You know, we defer a lot of times to the second half for that reason. You know, we expect the defense to make big plays and get the offensive ball back, and it worked out that way.
And really a swing of about 5 minutes. That play plus the last 4 or 5 minutes, or the first 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter decided that football game.
It did. Hardin-Simmons was shot. You could tell. You know, I think when we went up 28, they just shut down. You could tell. I mean, the guys on the field, the guy that was blocking me, he was just kind of like he almost gave up. You know, towards the third quarter, and they started to rotate some other guys in. So you could kind of see that it almost like they were protecting their quarterback. So I'm pretty sure they pulled him a little early too, and was still throwing the ball. But I mean, I understand if I was getting beat up on a little bit.
Well, you're Defensive Player of the Week this week for your efforts last week against Hardin-Simmons. I know it's got to be especially pleasing for you because you've been injured a lot the last couple of years, and you've stuck it out now in your senior season. Talk a little bit about what it's like to come back from those injuries.
It's tough. You know, I used to move a lot better when I was younger. Obviously, tore my shoulder up in 08, played the last 3 games with it, but that was a long rehab process, tearing my labrum up, and then I guess in the spring I turned around and did my hip too. So it's been a long road, but you know, I love the game, love playing, love my guys. Wouldn't have it any other way, honestly.
Well, I think a lot of folks don't realize that at this level of football at Division III, it's real easy for players when they get injured to say, you know what, it's just not worth it anymore to do it. But talk a little bit about why you decided to keep going playing football here in your college career.
Well, you feel like you have something, you know, left undone, and I don't want to live, you know, my life feeling like I left something on the table. You know, I feel like I had something to give to this team. I could be a factor. You know, I just want to be back with my guys, man. I want to finish with them.
Well, let's talk about Louisiana College tonight. The Wildcats and the Choctaws played some close and some high-scoring games over the years. They always have a lot of playmakers, whether it's on offense or on special teams, and I know that's something y'all are keen on this week.
That is correct. They have 2 very good running backs, and we respect them. We're not scared of them, but we respect them. We got a great return on special teams. So the kickoff team is going to have to, you know, we're going to do some things that's going to limit him, but yeah, we're going to take care of business.
I know the season kind of started anew last week with the first conference game of the season. How much did what your team learned the first 2 weeks against Millsaps and Belhaven, how much did that carry over into playing the good solid game this past Saturday?
You know, we were really new as a unit coming into Millsaps. Like, I had a lot of freshmen playing, and even the next week at Belhaven, we had, I think, 7 freshmen starting on defense. And you could kind of see us going through some growing pains in that game, just from, you know, mix-ups here and there, people not communicating. But last week we really come together. We had those couple busts, you know, at the beginning of the game at Hardin-Simmons, and Coach sat us down. He wasn't overly upset. You know, he was like, you know, guys, talk, communicate, let's get it together. You're better than you're showing. And we just made it stand. We've got great leadership on defense. I mean, can't say enough about Sam Mays for one. The guy's he's hands down a great leader. You know, he keeps everybody in check, keeps everybody going. But you know, it's those kind of people who pull the group together. You know, adversity, it makes you better. So I think we're going to be all right.
Well, you're going to be graduating in December. Tell us about any plans you might have, stuff you may be looking into after you get out of Mississippi College.
I'm hoping to get back into Mobile. That's where most of my family is. I love being on the coast by the water, but I don't know. There's a couple companies down there, Allsteel, ThyssenKrupp. ThyssenKrupp does some big steel manufacturing. I've got ties with that through my stepdad, and Allsteel is a shipbuilding company in Mobile. So I mean, it's that kind of stuff I'm interested in. Not so much in building the ship, but maybe selling a little bit of it. But
It's always good to have linebackers who are interested in shipbuilding. That's a good sign for the football team. Well, Blake, thanks for your time, and we wish you good luck tonight against Louisiana College.
all right, thank you.